Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio workshop. As always, I'm joined by Zuri.
Greetings.
And today we're going over something we haven't actually touched on really at all before. And this is a miner setup, but more specifically, a kind of a smart miner setup. All of them are wired together, and we want to just demonstrate how you can now use the ability in 0.15 where you can wire miners to turn them on and off just in general or based on certain conditions, which we'll show you as well. And we actually have a blueprint to just demonstrate here. It's an example over here that will be in the description if you want to use like this type of deal. We do have a blueprint here, and that should give you what you need. So I'm going to let Zuri take over since he pretty much set this up and kind of go over whatever you want to discuss.
Sure. First of all, you turn it on and off by putting a value for the green signal.
Right.
So, and you can use just a constant combinator like I did here and turn it on and off. Or you can do what I did over on the bottom right here and, set a condition.
Right. And yeah.
So I pulled values from the roboport for everything, and then I summed together copper plate and copper ore to signal 1. And then if signal 1 is less than 20,000, which is enough to fill up a 252 train, then all the miners turn on.
Right. And just to show the miners, they're set on enable, disable, read resources, and the condition why the green signal of 1 works is because it says if green is not equal to 0, then turn on. So just outputting 1 or pretty much any number as a green signal would turn these on.
It's not supposed to read resources. That was a mistake there, I guess. But that also means that you hover your mouse over any of these pulls and it'll tell you about how much is available.
Right. Yeah, it may not be exact.
It'll overlap a lot, so it's going to overestimate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. If we actually, by quite a lot, if we actually look, if I'm in,
yeah,
I'm
by
in
about double actually, since it's averaged overlap of 2.
Yeah, so if you do use this method to, send out how much is in a patch, you do want to keep in mind that if you place your miners in this type of formation, it's going to be pretty much double what the actual patch yield is.
Yeah, divide by 2 should be a good estimate for how much is left in the patch.
Yeah. And yeah, so this is just a really good way, and obviously, these conditions would change based on if you're doing iron or if you're making gears maybe on site, or if your trains are different lengths than what we've used here. But it's a very, very simple setup with just these 2 combinators. And turning on and off the miners based on conditions like this can be really helpful with like saving reducing pollution, because then they're not running 100% or not creating massive buffers in the patch.
You could modify the original blueprint and put 3 tier 1 efficiency modules in each of these and further reduce your pollution and your energy consumption for it.
Yeah, that's a very good point as well. And yeah, so I think it's kind of underutilized, honestly, the ability to wire up miners and stuff. Because just another note with this is, Zuri, you've mentioned this multiple times, but it's worth mentioning again, is that when you go for miner productivity, your resources are more valuable the longer they stay in the ground, right? Because with miner productivity, obviously it only affects things you're mining now or in the future. It doesn't give you bonus resources from what you already mined. So having this can actually be really useful for that, because that means that these aren't mining all the time. They're only mining when they need to, which kind of helps a little bit with the mining productivity giving more of an effect.
Yeah, you can modify this for just about any number of trains, but still about 1 train's worth is a pretty good number. And we do plan on covering, or at least I plan on covering, hopefully I convince the other guys to do it too, why, pros and cons to outpost mining,
Smelting.
smelting. That's what I meant. and you know, if you're going to do it, some of the pitfalls to avoid and how to make it smarter and more efficient.
Yeah, definitely. We will have to cover that either in a Mega Basing 101 episode, preferably, or maybe a workshop as well. Not this particular video, but we will cover that in the future. So there you go. So a bit of something different if you want to play around with this. Again, blueprint will be in the description. Do you have any last things to add for this, Zuri?
Nope.
Alrighty. Then as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. Leave your comments below, and we will see you next time.
Later.